Hi guys! Jake and Marissa back again for more live reactions to
Kaito Sentai Lupinranger.
This is Kaito Sentai Patranger.
Pew 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 pew.
Alright, so I managed to get Power Reviews episode 85 out again.
For about 10 hours.
And then it got blocked again. So I'm continuing my efforts. I'm sorry that it keeps disappearing.
This is taking up more time than just the uploading, because every time it gets taken down, Jake has to make edits to try and bring it closer in compliance, which requires an additional render and an additional compression before it can be additionally uploaded.
Yeah, basically every time that I do this, I need to edit it, render it, export it, encode it, and upload it, and then wait to see if something happens.
Honestly, the majority of the time spent in this is just staring at little green bars and Microsoft lying about time.
Yeah. Exporting for a full Power Reviews episode takes usually around 2 hours, anywhere from 1 to 3 hours, at least for this episode. Obviously, the Year 2 finale was a much longer export, but
these actually go a lot quicker because there's less edits in them.
Yeah, well, there's less effects.
Yeah.
By comparison to
there's
one.
one layer of video. Just one.
No. There's still plenty of layers.
In this?
In the Power Reviews.
No, in live reactions.
Oh, in live reactions.
Live reactions go faster because there's only one layer of video.
I wasn't talking about this. I was talking about the thing that
I know you're talking about that. I was saying.
Okay. Oh yeah. No. This one. This takes,
is much shorter.
Yeah. This takes like 10 minutes to edit, unless I'm hunting down a bleep to make. In which case it can take an hour sometimes to find a bleep.
But it also exports faster and all that because it's just one steady camera shot, and Jake doesn't have a lot of edits and effects and all that stuff layered on top.
I mean, this still takes this still takes about half an hour to an hour to export, and then an hour to encode, and an hour to upload, because it's an hour-long video.
I was gonna say that's because it's an hour-long video.
Yeah.
Power Reviews is 15 to 20 minutes and takes twice as long.
Yeah. Although it takes less time to encode and upload, it's really the exporting and rendering that takes forever. But yeah, so any time that I go through the process of making another attempt with a Power Reviews episode,
it takes pretty much a full day.
It takes generally at least 4 hours to get out a new version. So sometimes I can get out 2 versions in a day, maybe 3. But with this latest one, it didn't kick in with the copyright until 36 hours after I had uploaded it.
See, we waited 24 hours after it stuck.
Yeah.
We were like, okay, if it stays up for 24 hours, we're good to release it.
So that's the state of things with that right now. I'm currently exporting version 15, which just finished rendering.
Or 85N.
Yep, 85N.
Because he's been lettering them.
Yep, so hopefully that one, we'll see if there's a claim. We'll see what the timeline is on there being a claim. So I'm going to wait 2 days instead of 1 day for that one. So at the earliest, you guys will be seeing this new version on Thursday. And then we'll see if it gets blocked again. If it does, then I'll go through another process. I'm spotting some patterns in there. So I'm basically gauging my editing on how strict I think they're being. Each new version, each new rejection is due to increasing strictness, so I'm trying to see if I can get a few versions ahead of that. But
strictness being the how long of a clip you can use from something.
Yeah, at first it was claiming anything over 30 seconds.
Which made some sense.
Now it's starting to claim things under 30 seconds, so I'm looking for anything over 25.
Yeah, the sweet spot.
Then I'll look for anything over 20. Then I'll look for anything over 15, at which point I'm not sure what I can do, because there's like quotes that are 15.
Yeah.
But so I know a number of you guys have been concerned about that. I just wanted to sort of give you the quick insight into what's going on there.
We're not giving up.
Definitely not giving up. I'm going to try probably reaching out to Hasbro again soon.
Filming for some more future episodes. We're not editing them right now because...
Well, I'll still be doing editing when I can.
I was going to say.
When it's not exporting.
Most of the time, the computer is exporting 85 over and over again.
So that's slowing down 86 because I can't use the computer while it's exporting 85.
But we can still focus on filming while that's happening.
Yeah, so
we're not at a standstill. We're still making progress.
Yeah, I'm hoping to do some voiceovers for 86 tomorrow, and we'll do some more filming for 86 on Thursday and Saturday. If we're lucky, we might be able to get filming done for 86 by the end of the week. I just need to contact 1 or 2 people. And I'm hoping to be able to get all the filming done for 87 in short order as well. Because there's been a lot of filming already done for both of those, because there's a lot of overlap between 85, 86, and 87.
For reasons.
Mostly now that we're on the modular set, I tried to film as many things with given characters in given set locations as possible. So mostly the stuff that's remaining
Saves
is
us on
me and Marissa.
rearranging the walls too often.
Yeah. But the 87 is also there's going to be some craziness going on there, as if there weren't already plenty.
Things get a little anachronic.
So there's that whole background of what's going on with our reviews. As far
Jake
as
has now less than an hour.
I got a call right before we hit record that I've apparently got my tutoring for this evening got moved up an hour, so I'm gonna have to head out.
We need you an hour early.
Yeah.
So let's watch some.
I will say.
Sentai.
No, I can talk about other Power Rangers stuff in the Power Rangers live reaction.
Yeah, this is Sentai time.
Yeah.
Let's watch Sentai.
Let's take a look at episode 31 of
Kaito Sentai Lupinranger
versus Keisu Sentai Patranger, the Gangler who surrendered. And gotta turn on that. There it goes. Magical sound. Hello, Ex-Emperor. How are you doing? Oh, it's fighting another one of those mutated Portermen. Oh, along with the Golem. Interesting. We haven't seen one of the Golems.
What's a Golem doing out here?
It's been a while. I think they've only fought those once or twice. And it's clearly a repainted Operator Morpher. It's always amusing when it's just an obvious Morpher repaint.
And anything repaint, really.
Yeah. Ooh.
He's injured.
Oh, the Portermen are after him.
Ooh, what? Ooh!
Yeah, it's okay. The stuff is encased in foam rubber. He's fine.
Fair enough.
I like that we're getting more of these mutated Portermen.
Again with a giant hand.
Yeah, it seems to be just part of the mutation for some reason.
I mean, I expected the safe always to be there, but again with a giant hand.
I'm still kind of pleasantly surprised they ended up with Splash. Just because they don't have any other ground vehicles they can get. That's pretty cool. Whoosh. That's so much laser. Big poppin' splash. Whee! For some reason, that snap just makes it blow up inside the bubble of water.
I keep forgetting to tell people when I'm starting to make videos. So they instant message to me. I'm like,
Oh, she knows how to stabilize the subjects now. Oh, that's good. It's okay.
well, that's new.
He's already paid back what he owes her.
What is going on here?
Yeah, why are they hunting down this Gangler?
Is he trying to defect?
I don't know, maybe. Internal feud. Yeah, destroy the Porterman first and foremost. He's surrendering. He wants to be arrested. He's the first one to, yeah. Mysterious treasures left by the Phantom Thief, Austin Lupin, known as the Lupin Collection, have been stolen by the Ganglers. The thieves who fight to recover what they've lost. The police who fight to protect world peace. Whose side are you on? 闇の中で不敵にはあるシルエットこの主体したけりゃ Catch me if you can Destiny 予告する本当の道を理解する者だけに光放つ門外不出のコレクション Loop and 彼に舞う Chase you up 奪い返す失いし時を溶かすため台を回せ Loop and 冷めてくる Chase you up 奴らに会う鮮やかに Lupinranger It's showdown. I got thrown off on 2 points there, but mostly I think we're getting pretty good.
Yeah. It really helped that I finally got that Konoseki part right.
For me, I keep getting off on the bit right before the Hikari Hanatsu. Just the pacing, I'm still a little off on.
It's also one of the only times where we're not singing together.
There's sort of an overlap on there. It's just a little weird.
No, this line is under that line. You should be pretty much entirely alone.
Oh, that's right. So he wants a peaceful life with a new identity. Oh, this could be.
This is Gangler turning state's evidence.
I want to see how this. Please be something important to the plot.
Why couldn't the guys just have reasonable button flap pockets like on the back of her outfit? Why do they have to have baboon butts?
I don't know.
I find myself harping on this way too much.
Yeah. So Noelle is very suspicious of this. What is he doing? He's figuring something out. Get him to talk without agreeing? Oh, they're gonna play it tough.
We have ways of making you talk.
Good cop, bad cop. Really? Really, Sakya? You're pretending to be the older cop in this situation? This is ridiculous. Why are you being an old man? You from up north originally?
You see him just trying to pet me so that I pet him.
Yeah. Your mother's probably crying for you. Really? Okay, I guess he has a mother. I have no clue how ganglers work. This is so silly. Can we cut this out? Or fun.
He's got an entire cooking set there too.
That he, I guess, what? He borrowed it from them? What? Why?
Please, you're under arrest.
What? Why is he being RoboCop right now? I do not understand what's happening. He's being Beverly Hills Cop?
Cops coming from Detroit.
I don't understand what you're even doing anymore. What? That was very silly. I'm not even sure what they were trying to do. Like we'll pretend to be we're from the movies. Why?
マグナム野郎。あ、もしかして紅茶が好きな。
He is the one who likes tea.
昨夜
Yet none of these mind games are working. They're all horrible.
私は通常の取り調べをする。それからノエル、彼の金庫に手を
You
出す。
still can't eat my
彼
Fitbit.
を逮捕したのは我々日本支部だ。
The cat has pica.
Oh.
But for reasons.
They just said that
それじゃあまず
they can't get his safe, that he's not allowed to have his safe. That's a problem.
ギャングラーやってます。
Yoshi
なぜ
or
ポーラ
Sa?
マンたちに追われていたんだ。
おっと、これ以上は知らせま
For
せん
reasons
ぜ。
decided Fitbits are delicious.
Yeah.
司
You
法
will try
取
and
引
eat
と
them right off your wrist.
新しい身分申請に関する書類だ。
She got the plea
いいん
bargain.
ですかい？
なぜ追われていた？それにその傷はどうした？
あっしはギャングラーに邪魔だったんでしょう。でもってこの傷はただやられただけでやんすよ。
She just got my butt kicked.
Yeah.
姉子、案外いい人でやんすね。
Really?
案外は余計だ。
Why'd you figure that I wasn't nice? Sukasa's cool. She's the best of the cops.
の数が増えればエネルギーが増加するけど
Oh, wow.
制御が難しくなる。微妙な場合
She's pushing it to that next level. Evil Bunny.
Who's to say she hasn't pushed it to that next level already? Maybe he was under involuntary experimentation and that's where his wound
We'll
came
see.
わかった。それでは今後の取り調べは
Sukasa's
深
phone to
く中
report.
心に進めてくれ。
You spilled
What
your
was that?
drink. You headbutted it.
Oh,
You little jerk.
塚さん、
yeah.
ちょっといいかな。
Quick chat.
Can we talk about why you
He
don't want
he
me
needs that collection piece.
なんだ。
あのギャングラーにこれ以上深入りしない方がいい。
なぜだ。彼が本心で罪を悔いているなら司法取引する価値は十分にあると思う。話はそれだけか。
He knows something when it comes to ganglers. I don't know what.
どうしてさっさと取らない
I don't know if it's just his experience
そのた
or
め
if
に
it's
国際
something
警
more.
察にいるんじゃなかったのか。
Why is it always when I'm making a video you want to be in my lap?
あまりにも一生懸命だから。
Always when I'm making a video.
まあ、わ
Is
か
it
ん
because
なく
my
は
feet
ない
aren't
か
up on
な。
the couch?
何か方法はないの？傷つけない
Is
よ
it
うに
better
する。
lap this way?
時間が経てば経つほど傷は深くなると思うがな。そうかもね。
So what's the deal with this gangler? Why is
面倒なコレクションを。
so? Which can you tell what?
Oh.
I don't know if he knows what piece it is.
I think he has an idea.
He suspects it has something to do with the piece.
喜べよし。
Like if you take the piece out, the gangler goes back to being bad.
His plea was approved. Okay, but
新しい身分を手に入れたら
it's got to be pending knowledge, though. He's got to give them the info first
そうっ
before he
す
can
ね
leave.。
思いっきり青春を満喫
Wants
して
to
みた
enjoy
いで
his
す。
youth. Wants to be a young boy
なあみ
again.
んな大人になったら何になる？
This is weird.
いや、僕ら
This
も
is a weird little fantasy
私た
here.
ちは若い。望めば
She's not the teacher. That's a school uniform. She's a
Yeah.
student.
そうだな。
Still a little strange.
俺は将来絶対に警察官になる。
Oh, yeah, of course you want to be a
だから
police
俺
officer.
は YouTuber になる。
What? Okay. Thank you, Sakuya. Sakuya wants to be a YouTuber. Sure, why not?
She wants to work in a toy store and become head of the stuffed animal department.
That is understandable. He wants to settle down and start a loving family.
Are we sure that's a he?
I don't know.
Do ganglers even have genders?
I mean, for some reason he's Sukasa's wife.
おお、今日も朝からカツ丼か。
あなたが好きなものだったら
This is surreal and kind of adorable.
いつも美味しい料理をありがとう。
Okay, so that was the little clip that we saw. beginning, or at the end of the last episode.
一緒に参
It's
り
like, okay, sure.
おお、まさにカツ丼。
Katsudon.
いただきます。
いただきます。
Katsudon is usually pork.
Yeah,
That's why they specify chicken katsu when
yeah.
you get chicken katsu.
He's actually eating it. So. Oh, he's got a
増えて
little
るぞ。
bit on the thing. Aww. They're getting along
It's just
very
a
well.
gender non-conforming
Yeah, that's entirely possible.
あれは
gangler.
Yeah.
実はこの傷
So he's
Because
gonna
they
be
keep
honest
using
now.
ゴーシュ
masculine.
にやられたんでさ。
Okay, so Ghosh gave him the wound.
That's what I'm saying. He's an involuntary test subject. He had 2 safes.
Interesting. No, she...
もぎ取られる前に
Okay, so she was looking to take off his... She's been taking safes off other ganglers?
To put them on the porterman.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
あの女には気をつけてください。アッシュラのピンクをかき集めてとんでもないことをやらかそうとしていやす。
Interesting.
ありがとう。覚えておく。
Wonder what happens to a gangler when their safe has been removed.
I don't imagine it's any good. That's definitely the sort of thing that could cause a gangler to go
Yeah.
rogue.
全の夜よろしおす。あ、ブルマンで。
I'm gonna assume that was French.
Yeah,
移送命令
because it was subtitled in Japanese as well.
よしおすむやけに移送しろとのこと。
And it was...
トランスフォーム
Yeah, Noel just went over your head.
カズ先輩。
Yeah, he did. He went over your head.
どういうつもりだ。
何のこ
とぼけるな。本部からの移送命令、お前の差し金だろ。ヨシエは心を入れ替えて新しい。
Whoa, why are you doing that? Don't do that. Don't make those sounds. What's happening? I hate it when things glitch. Oh,
Oh,
there it goes.
と。その質問には答えら
That
れ
was weird. Okay, so he can't answer her question for some reason. Fortunately, it was just it freezing. It wasn't, we didn't miss anything. But
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
still
frozen.
a very annoying sound. So, I'm sorry for that. So, what happens now? I'm really curious what that collection piece is. If that collection piece is
今まで
is
ありがとうございました。
is giving him some form of
向こう
empathy.
に行っても
it's entirely possible that she deliberately stuck in him a collection piece that would make him wimpier, just so that she could keep him docile while she was surgerying him.
Yeah.
It could be a collection piece that renders a gangler docile, that when you take it out,
Yeah, that's true.
that's been my thought.
I'm also wondering what's going on with that rabbit gang.
Because the thing was going off when he was actually connecting with her.
Yeah.
私がここで時間を稼ぐから安全なところまで逃げろ。
ありがとう。このまま別れるなんてアッシュができません。アッシュのお宝
Whoa.
持ってください。
He's giving her the treasure.
せめてもうお礼でさ。
ヨシ、
羽を。
Okay, so it's not just something making him docile. No! What just happened? Oh no, it was. It was.
おめえ誰だ。ていうか俺のお宝返せ。
No, we were right. It was just a delayed response.
このまま地獄に落ちるね。
Noel.
これはどういうことだ。
That collection
そのル
piece.
パンコレクションは善と悪の心を入れ替えるんだ。だから
It
悪いやつであればあるほ
it turned him
ど
good.
いい人に見えて
The worse they are, the better a person it makes them.
嘘だろ。じゃあヨシは
人間どもが皆殺しにしてやら。
Uh,
She feels betrayed.
And yeah, it's a repainted SPD
あとは
morpher
僕に任せて。
with the innocent symbol on it.
Yep.
こうなることが全部分かって
I was about to say that it's got the innocent symbol painted on it.
あのギャングラーにこれ以上深入りしない方がいい。
なぜだ
お人よしで騙されていたとしても君の姿は気高く輝いていたよ。
Noble and dazzling at the same time.
Yeah. She was naive, but she had
He has some serious respect for her.
Yeah.
To be saying that.
yeah.
国際警察潜入捜査官
He's like, you were very wrong, but you were also very brave, and
Yeah.
your heart was in the right place.
You were wrong, but for the right reason.
やはり天の心を持つギャングラーはいなかったのか。
That's disappointed. There's no such thing as a good
She is
gangler.
pissed.
Yeah.
私のやるべきことは
It's probably one of the best main Patranger focus episodes we've had. There we go. This is sad. Because he was good while he had the piece. Yep. Oh my. It's the bunny monster.
And it has like 4 safes.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. They look like tumors. Oh, he's not even a bunny. He looks a little bit. He's some sort of rodent, but
A rat, I think.
what? Oh, this is not good.
融合が解けた
This is not good. Bad boys.
どういうことだ。
Bad boys must be. There's a repainted leg.
Oh,
Go Patranger
goody!
Morpher.
Bad boy.
Yeah.
ゴーシュ
And now she's got
アシュラの
the.
金庫をかき集めてとんでもないことをやらかそうとしてる
Now
や
she's
つ。
got his safe.
まさか
でもまあいいわ。
Oh,
Patranger.
wow, they're just really using a lot of repainted morphers for this. Oh my.
人間どもを驚かせ
She's seeing how well she can salvage a safe, and apparently she can. Oh, that's not good. Oh, this is very bad.
He's big already.
He's big with 5 safes.
That's 5 items. They need to get out of him before they can destroy him.
A status quintuple. Yeah, that's not a thing. How do you get those 5 pieces out of him?
I mean, they've done it.
This has got to be a 2-parter.
It has to be. There's no way we can resolve this we've got like 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
And like I'm saying, they've done this once with a monster that had 1 safe.
Yeah.
How are they going to get 5 out at large size?
Yeah, that's not going to be easy. Not to mention the fact that this is got to be now the most powerful monster they've ever faced, because he's got 5 different pieces.
Noel, get
He's
in
got
there.
his shield, he's got 2 different attack pieces, he has a growth piece.
Noel, get in there. He's just standing there on the ground.
Is he? Maybe he's calling in the Lupinrangers. He's waiting on them to arrive. I don't know. He's mixing and matching them. What is he doing? Whoa. He's got the bad boys. So he can break apart their Megazord. And yeah, he's combining it with his other attacks. Yeah, just bursting them apart.
That's some big trouble.
That's also a really cool shot. I'm really liking this shot. Yeah, that's where they leave us off. Whew. Yeah, Gangler with 5 saves. That is... Yeah, you need to be... No. Keiichiro? Oh, Keiichiro versus Noel.
The Thieves and I are both serious.
There we go. Getting some stuff happening. There we go.
Looks like Keiichiro's gonna be against...
Well, yeah. Against them pairing off.
Again.
Or pairing up.
Against them working together, which...
Yeah.
I mean, he just worked together with them last episode, so
yeah.
hopefully his resistance is lighter than it was before.
From the looks of things, it's going to be a showdown between him and Noel on whether or not they can do it, and obviously they have to.
Noel's gonna win.
Yeah.
Noel has to win.
Yeah.
Like, just for the sake of the plot, Noel has to win.
Yeah. But, yeah, this is some of the stuff we've been waiting to come to a head. We were saying back during that clip show episode.
Yeah, what is Gauche actually experimenting
with? Once we first saw the mutated Porterman, we were saying, what if she can graft additional safes onto a normal Gangler? And yeah, we've got that up to the point where she can not only, graft safes on there, she can take a destroyed safe and just pop it right on.
Which is a real problem.
That steps up the threat of the Ganglers.
She was somewhat limited when she had to take them off of living Ganglers.
Yeah.
But if she can just collect all the safes from all the
monsters who get destroyed before they grow. Yeah. Yeah, that quintuple status Gangler, that's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, she's always resurrected them from their safe.
Yeah, so I assume that any Gangler that was destroyed when full-sized, that safe is gone.
Because she used it to resurrect them.
Yeah.
But any Gangler that's killed at small size that she did not resurrect, she could have instead pocketed that safe. Not that she has pockets big enough for that, but you know what I'm saying.
Right, exactly. I can't remember off the top of my head if there's been any specific Ganglers that haven't been resurrected. That may have been something that happened off screen. But
well, I think she may have taken most of these off of actual Ganglers at this point. We saw...
To create a super Gangler. Yeah, it looked like... It was hard to tell if she was trying to graft one onto him or take one off with Yoshi.
He was saying that she was taking it off. He said she was trying to take my safe, so I ran away.
Yeah. Well, it was hard to tell more so if she had already taken one off or if she was just taking off that hits and she had taken one off a different one.
That being said, it does kind of go also with my theory that she put a collection piece in them to make them docile while she was stealing their safes.
Yeah, that's entirely possible that's...
Because that's the perfect collection piece for that.
Yeah, exactly. So I would assume that's the reason that he had that, was specifically to turn him good so that she could operate on him.
Exactly.
And you gotta kind of wonder how many Ganglers she, had to do that same trick to.
I would think 3.
At least. And keep in mind, we don't know how many times she's failed.
Yeah, but I figure the safes are pretty durable.
True, but...
She probably still has them around after.
How durable are the Ganglers?
Not very. Oh, you mean how many other bunnies were there, not how many other Yoshis?
How many Yoshis, how many bunnies? Like,
we don't need that many more Yoshis.
Has she destroyed Yoshis trying to get their safes off? Has she destroyed bunnies trying to put safes on them?
Right, that was my point.
Yeah.
Is that she may have destroyed, I think, about 3 Yoshis.
At least. Probably more. Because don't forget, she was grafting safes on the Porterman. Those safes had to come from somewhere.
More, so at 5.
Yeah, at least.
Because I'm assuming the bunny had a safe to begin with, just one.
Well, it's assuming that...
And then the extra one came off of Yoshi.
Maybe.
So that means that they had 3... No, I mean the one that
Oh, the
fifth
one at the end. Yeah, yeah.
So that means that 3 of the rabbits' safes are not accounted for, and we have 2 mutated portermen. So that's at least 5.
Yeah.
5 ganglers.
Yeah.
Had their safes removed.
And we have no idea if there were any failed experiments in safe removals, failed experiments in
The
safe grafting.
attachments. I imagine there were
she's-
probably plenty of failed safe removals, but that the safe itself was still viable.
She is
But
quite.
she may have very well killed ganglers getting the safes off.
She is quite the monster. Ghosh is worse of a monster than I think we've been giving her credit for.
Yeah.
Like, she's been doing these.
It was one thing when she was experimenting on portermen, because you kind of get the picture that the mooks of any given thing are not exactly
that they don't have the same
intelligent
level of
creatures.
sentience.
But
Or even with humans, because it's, okay, they're all of them seem to be against humans, but she's doing this even against
her own
kind.
And that, not a good
and
sign.
we now know at what level she was experimenting. She's been brutally, basically amputating parts of them and grafting them onto others, and that is
we get some Cabinet of Dr. Caligari going on here.
Yeah, that is pretty messed up.
Does that count?
I don't know, because you did cut yourself off. You cut yourself off.
Yeah, I just did the first consonant sound.
Yeah, but yeah, that's
You know
pretty
what?
messed
You
up.
probably don't have to bing it, but I'm going to give to the cancer kids anyway.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, that's pretty messed up. Ghosh
That
is
is some Cabinet
pretty
of Dr.
messed
Caligari
up.
stuff going on there. It's not good.
And
That is like human centipede stuff.
now that she's done it, and
I don't
she's
think anything's going to stop her from doing it again.
exactly. This might
Because
be
she's
that
got
turning
the Dom's
point.
ear.
Somehow we ran out of time. I guess I deleted a smaller video clip than I thought and forgot to double check the time. Usually I just eliminate whatever the last live reaction was, and I figure, I'll be fine. But I guess, I don't know, maybe the last live reaction was spread out over 2 video clips, and I didn't notice because it was on the previous page. Anyway,
I don't know.
as you were saying, yeah, Ghosh seems to have Dom's ear, and there's nothing really to stop her, I think, from trying.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think the Dom's going to come down on her for killing other ganglers.
Yeah.
And he's the only one who could.
Yeah. So it's not good times. Not good times. But this could be the big thing that kind of pushes them to have to work together moving forward. It's like
Ganglers with way too many safes.
there's no way for the Patrangers to deal with that on their own. Like Yoshi here, the good Gangler, that they can deal with an individual Gangler with an individual safe. They can deal with boardmen. But they've demonstrated they cannot take out Ganglers with multiple safes on their own. They have too many power sets. And as we saw here, when you
even
have...
Status Gold, they needed a team up.
Yeah. And Status Gold didn't even have 2. He just had an extra durable safe.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy with 5 safes, that's... he can stack too many powers.
Right here in River City.
Yeah, big time. I know we keep calling him a bunny, even though he's clearly not actually a bunny because he doesn't have big ears.
With a capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for Porterman.
Yeah. Maybe the status quintuple or whatever it is
That's what he said.
is like a capybara or something. I don't know. He's not one for words. I don't know if he can still speak. I don't know what levels of sentience he still has after what
He's got too long a tail to be a capybara.
Oh, that's true. He does have a tail, doesn't he?
A long rat-like tail.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's a mutated rat.
Something like that. Some sort of.
Rats do have those big teeth.
I think he's some sort of.
He's definitely something from the family Rodentia.
Yeah, some sort of prehistoric rodent. I think is what it is. But yeah, that's not great.
Yeah, we had some very interesting prehistoric.
So Yoshi was funny when he was like a cuckoo clock bird.
In fact,
pops
as far
out his
as
face.
prehistory goes, one of the most numerous types of mammal actually
Was
around in the period of the dinosaurs and all that was rodents.
Yeah, I believe that.
Small ones. Larger mammals did not come on the scene until after the extinction of the dinosaurs.
But
There were no elephants.
I'm glad that this wasn't just that it wasn't just the Gangler messing with them, because if it was, this could have easily ended up being another filler episode.
Yeah, but instead it was
This was a game changer, I think.
a game changer. Yeah, and the peace was keeping him docile.
Yeah.
I knew that Noel was, when he looked at that thing and they told her not to get attached, was like,
He was suspecting.
when that safe piece
what it
comes
was.
out, that Gangler's gonna get evil.
Yeah.
Don't get attached.
Yeah. It's interesting that he didn't know what his piece was going to do. I don't think he knew.
I think he
what
just
had.
trusted.
Yeah.
Because remember, a lot of the times, the Dom and Gauche and people like that are the ones
Yeah.
distributing the pieces.
Yeah. The Don. Yeah.
The Don and Gauche and the
Yeah.
upper people are
Yeah.
distributing the pieces. So he's like, I get a piece, and she's like, yes, you do.
Yeah, and
then once it was in,
well,
he
it's
was
clear
too good.
he didn't remember what he was. He didn't remember what he was like when he was good. My point is that he didn't remember what he was like when he was evil, or he just otherwise was not aware of what that piece was doing while he was good, and so he was willing to give it up, not realizing that it was responsible for his behavior.
Yes, I think he thinks he had a change of heart.
So that
I haven't
kind
even
of
used it.
added a level of tragedy to it. That was just a tragic story for both Tsukasa and the Gangler. The Gangler, he had become genuinely good because he had become a different person.
But it was by an artificial means, and they do
Yeah.
need to get all the Lupin collection back in the book.
Yeah,
So he couldn't stay that way forever.
right.
And
It's still a tragic.
one of the things that Noel
story.
said that really drove it home for me is that the more evil they are, the nicer they become.
Yeah, and he was apparently really
nice.
nasty when
And that
before.
meant he was really nasty.
Yeah. But I like that we focused on Tsukasa for the majority of this episode. She's consistently been the strongest character of the Patrangers.
Mm-hmm. Not just strongest, like, competence in world, but also the best written.
Yeah.
That's what people always talk
Apart
about.
from that one time when she felt the need to lecture Kyrie while the rest
That
were
was
all...
weird. When people talk about strong female characters, they don't mean strong like muscles, or that's not what the term originally meant. It wasn't strong like muscles, it was strong like the characterization actually exists. They're not Smurfette.
They're well fleshed out and consistent. She's always been the least problematic of the Patrangers. She's consistently the smartest. She's the most sympathetic, and she's competent.
But even if she had flaws, that wouldn't make her any less of a strong character, because she's consistently written.
Yeah,
And very real.
Keiichiro is constantly getting in his own way.
He's also a very strongly written character.
He's a strongly written character.
In fact, I don't like him as a person, but I have to admire the writing.
My point, I guess, was Sugiya is she's definitely our favorite of the Power Rangers because she's the one.
Well, she's the adult in the room.
She's the adult in the room. She's the one who's not making problems just by being who she is. Like Keiichiro, when he's being himself, he's making problems. When Sugiya is being himself, he's making problems. Tsukasa is the one fixing things. She's the one
that
actually.
one time that she shoved her face into an evil teddy bear.
Which, okay, that was a moment's weakness, and that's about it. She likes stuffed animals. That's her flaw, which is barely a flaw.
Yeah, it's like the person who has the really embarrassing middle name that turns out to be Edgar, and you're like, really? That wasn't that bad, dude.
But she's the one who actually is. She's the best of the cops. She can put together who the Lupinrangers are, even if it had to be subverted later with them doing a ploy. She's the best detective. She keeps a cool head. She's intelligent. She understands, hey, sometimes we need to work with these guys because we're dealing with an actual threat to the city, and worrying about these guys stealing from the threat to the city is not really our biggest priority.
Incidentally, if you look at the teams, each of them has one completely irresponsible individual, one youthful and naive person, and the adult in the room.
Yeah.
the Red Rangers on both teams are just, hotheads who need to learn to cool it.
A little bit.
Sakuya and
Toma?
no,
Umika?
Umika are the children,
Okay.
and then Toma and Tsukasa are the adults in the room.
Oh, okay, you were saying Sakuya. Okay, sorry, for a moment I heard Tsukasa. Okay, yeah, Sakuya and Umika are the youth.
Right.
They're the youngins.
I've been saying the Lupinranger first.
Yeah. No, the Patranger first was what you were doing. But yeah, speaking of Sakuya, he was just wacky this episode with
all
his
those
different
costumes,
ideas. Like, good cop, bad cop, okay.
fine.
Why do you need
Why
H makeup?
RoboCop?
Why RoboCop movie cop? I don't quite get what that was supposed to be.
Also, if someone needs to be a RoboCop,
Yeah, just use the robot. That's why I said, you got your roles backwards. Like, the Gangler was so confused.
right? And he said, "I'm here from Detroit, and I'm going to shove a banana up your tailpipe." And I'm like,
what?
And I didn't get it at first, but of course, he was being the gaijin.
Yeah. Yeah. That was clearly
You had
the
a
idea.
robot playing a gaijin and a gaijin playing a robot, and so
I don't know why. I don't know how either of those situations were supposed to help. Nothing about Sakuya's... At that point, yeah, Sakuya was just playing mind games, which they just made no sense. I think he was just trying to confuse him into submission.
there was a lot of Katsudan in this.
There was.
Because he offered it to them, and then Tsukasa brought the guy some.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of
Of Katsudan in this
Katsudan
episode.
in this episode.
Makes me want some Ayakadan.
Makes me want some.
Katsudan? No. Sashimi?
No, just
Ramen.
udon.
Udon? Okay. We like Japanese food, it's yummy.
I like kitsune udon.
Kitsune udon. It's like with the...
It's got like mushrooms and those little flat pink and white fish cakes and fried tofu, which is turned into a sponge.
And it's named after the nine-tailed fox, right? Yeah. But yeah, this
so not good for me though.
this was a good episode though. It was a little wacky and a little off the rails for a bit towards the beginning there, but once they zeroed in on Tsukasa as the emotional anchor, I think that really brought
it together.
through. I felt like there was a little bit too much of a turnaround when switching over from the Gangler being good to evil in terms of being ready to just destroy him. I feel like considering the connection,
Honestly,
I felt like it should have been a little bit harder.
The way that it went, the way she was playing it, actually felt believable to me because it was like...
She felt like it was a betrayal.
Right. And betrayal can make a person angry.
Yeah.
Like, I want revenge.
But the thing is that it wasn't...
How dare you take advantage of my
I think if it had been framed a little bit more as a intentional betrayal as opposed to an inadvertent one, I think that could have played a little better. But that's
she was also angry at herself for being fooled.
Yeah, like I said, that's a nitpick.
And that's actually one thing where like with Tsukasa, you actually see her being a little bit more human there.
Yeah.
She was lashing out.
And then in terms of like action, we opened up with a nice Zord battle with Ex-Emperor and Lupin Kaiser fighting the giant mutated Porterman and the Golem, which we hadn't seen one of those in a while. So it's good to see them make use of
I would
them.
not have known that was something that had been on the show previously if you had not said, "Oh, we haven't seen that in a while."
Yeah, because remember,
that's how long it's been.
Destra can make those with his piece, one of his pieces. And then Ghosh being just
make it big,
so evil in this episode. But and then the final battle was also really cool, where we got to see the stacking of safe powers was really, it made the monster very intimidating, and it was also cool to watch, and it was very it was almost like a bookend, because we started off with the finisher from Splash Magic,
Yes, we
where it
did.
was combining the splash with the cards for its finisher, and then it ended with a monster doing a stacked finisher
That actually broke up a
that
Megazord.
broke up a Megazord.
And Goody told you this was going to happen.
Yeah,
Why
he
do people
tried.
not listen to Goody?
Yeah, Kichiro never wants to listen to anyone.
I know, but the
he's
Patrangers
awful
really
like that.
very rarely listen to Goody, and
They
at
really
no
need
point
to.
has Goody given them bad intel.
Yeah, exactly.
They have no reason not to trust Goody.
I also just really loved that that shot of the Lupinrangers watching the battle.
Yeah, even with their
that-
helmets on, you could kind of see they were just like,
Well,
oh.
it's also cool to have a close up of Rangers in the foreground
stuff.
with the and it just kind of sweeping back and forth between the Rangers and the Zords, and it wasn't like, oh, the Rangers are tiny in the foreground, the Zords are big in the background. It's the Rangers are the major focus of the foreground, and then we can see their perspective of Zord down this way, monster down that way. It added a nice sense of scale and scope that we don't get to see too much.
I just thought it was well acted on behalf of the suit artists, because
Yeah.
they managed to convey that kind of
Well,
body language without the advantage of being able to use facial
it was a
expressions.
nice meshing of the suit actors' body language and the camera work.
Yes.
Because you
Well, I'm
could,
not discounting the camera
the
work.
camera
I'm
work
just
was
saying
very-
that
I'm just
what
yeah, 'cause
stood out to me more was that.
'Cause
Because I'm not a filmographer.
the way that they were looking, I'm not that good.
I'm an actor.
The way that they were looking at things, the camera very smoothly could follow so that translated very well. We're looking at that, and we're seeing the horror of that. Now we're looking at that, we're seeing the horror of that, and it was just a very smooth and going back and forth. We didn't cut it up. It was all a singular shot. You're having fun with my hand motions. Because a lot of times, you'll have the monster throws big attack at the camera, and then we cut to the reverse shot of the Megazord getting hit. Blah, blah, blah. But here it was all one long shot sweeping back and forth, and I feel like that added something to the helplessness of the situation.
Yeah.
By putting the Rangers
All
so
we can
central
do
in the
is
screen.
helplessly watch as
Yeah.
the Patrangers get their butts handed.
It made it seem like a more overwhelming moment, and so I really liked that final shot, and that they didn't cut away from it either.
No, they
'Cause-
lingered on it, and it was a good linger. It was the kind of linger that makes you like, oh dear.
I like a lot when they get creative with the camera work. This season's been playing around with that a lot. Go Busters was another one that kind of raised the bar back when that came out as far as camera work. And because Go Busters, they started doing the little guys in the foreground, big guys in the background, a lot of those up camera angles to get the scale of the Megazords fighting. And I like that we're seeing more of that creative camera work here, because I feel like we don't get to play around with that sense of scale and scope enough.
It also really helps to enhance things to get your mind away from guy in a suit in a cardboard city.
Yeah. But yeah, and so ending on that, kind of great shot there. I've got to run to tutoring. I'm about out of time, so I've been keeping an eye on the clock there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this continues with the next.
I want to see part 2.
Yeah, assuming that it resolves in the next part. This is a big threat.
Could be a part 3.
This
Who
could-
knows? But I want to see the next episode.
I want to see what happens next. But until next time, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you. And you get a safe, and you get a safe, and you get a safe. I don't want it.